Nigeria, across Africa and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now and Matters Arising at ONN. How are you guys doing this morning? Please join us for this very important discussion on Nigeria. Yes, the search for the masterminds of terrorism that live with the people. They are not on the run. Everybody knows them. And yet, nothing is done. Nothing is done to bring them to justice. They are massacring Nigeria in the north, south, east, and west. Yes, this whole thing started just as a small thing in the year 2005. Right now, it has become a deadly mosaic covering the whole of Nigeria. And yet, action is not taken. These masterminds occupy strategic positions in government. Some of these masterminds are the drivers of the Nigerian economy. Some of these masterminds occupy position in the country's strategic institutions, including but not limited to the Nigerian Armed Forces. Now, do we need to overemphasize the deep trouble Nigeria is in? Before I continue, I am going to read to you a list of 6 Nigerians plus their Arab network that crowdfunded and raised nearly $1 million US. They were transferred to Boko Haram in Nigeria to support their murderous activities in Nigeria. Nigeria is in darkness, and it is sad, bloody darkness that is not going to end unless the people stand up and take action. Not through a government that was partly funded by money laundered through masterminds of terrorism like this. Just give me a second. I'm going to read to you a very disturbing thing that happened in the United Arab Emirates. I don't know, there's one strange thing about Nigeria and the judicial system in the country. It always takes foreign judicial institutions to bring criminal Nigerians to justice for their crimes against the Nigerian humanity that they committed in Nigeria. I remind you of the case of James Ibori, 2-time governor of Delta State, where I come from. Prior to becoming governor of Delta State, he lived in the UK. He was caught shoplifting. Yes, he was caught shoplifting. He was a cashier. He was stealing from the store where he worked. The system caught him, prosecuted him, and deported him afterwards. He came to Nigeria. And became a governor. How did he become a governor? He was one of those that Abacha used to keep monies when the world was having trouble with him and not Nigeria, and there was sanction placed on Nigeria. He needed to run an economy. He was running an underground economy. When you hear Abacha boys in Nigeria, James Onanefe Ibori was one of them. He became rich through the nefarious activities and his work with Abacha, the Abacha network. There are many of them. They were the ones who seized political power in Nigeria. When Abacha died, all the monies in possession of these criminals, they kept the monies to themselves because there was no system of accountability. He was running a rogue underground economy, all right, to keep Nigeria running in the midst of the sanctions that were imposed on the country. There's one senator, one right now, one of them, from my own place, who was a part of this scam, Abacha boys. The money that he has was Abacha's money. Money stolen from Abacha. Today, he's the one wanting to define who I am, who we are, in the quest for the creation of a fake Anioma state. One of the Abacha boys. If you have sense, ask questions. We ask questions. How do they come about their money? It takes only foreign jurisdictions to bring them to justice. Just as the case of the masterminds of the Boko Haram and Fulani bandit terrorism in Nigeria. I'm going to read to you now. All right, let's go. 6 Nigerians crowdfunded and transferred $782,000 to Boko Haram. Abdurrahman Ado Musa, Salihu Yusuf Adamu, Bashir Ali Yusuf, Mohammed Ibrahim Isa, Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan, Surajo Abubakar Muhammad. These are men who on a normal day were supposed to be ordinary businessmen in the United Arab Emirates, but rather were actors in a terrorist financing machine. They were caught setting up a Boko Haram cell disguised as legitimate Bureau de Change operations. They funneled what was about 300 million naira at the time from Dubai to Boko Haram between 2015 and 2016. According to unidentified Arab intermediaries, according to them, unidentified Arab intermediaries flew in from Turkey with cash bundles. They received them in Dubai, converted them to Naira equivalents, and wired them to Boko Haram operatives in Nigeria. The key players, Surajo Abubakar Muhammad, a BDC operator, was a central facilitator, instructed Nigerian partners on payouts. Salihu Yusuf Adamu handled the direct transfers. Knowingly, Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan and others assisted in the chain, all under the guise of forex trading. That is how they make so much money. All right? Their arrest hit in April 2017. By 2019, the Abu Dhabi Federal Court of Appeal slapped them with heavy sentences under UAE's anti-terrorism laws. 2 got life sentences, Suraje Abubakar Muhammad and Salihu Yusuf Adamu. The other 4, including Abdurrahman Ado Musa, got 10 years plus deportation Their appeals failed by December 2019. What started as arrest in 2017 for what seemed... Hold on, just a minute. All right. What started as arrests in 2017 for what seemed like unlicensed currency exchange violation quickly unraveled into a full-blown terror financing probe. The misassumption delayed recognition of Boko Haram link, allowing the network to operate under the radar for years. Even more alarming, there is concern that key Nigerian operatives could still be active, potentially recruiting unwitting Nigerian hustlers in Dubai or elsewhere to continue funneling funds through similar scams with victims, where victims are tricked into transferring money that ends up supporting Boko Haram terrorists and insurgents. Then again, on the Nigerian side, we are two shadowy figures. Alhaji Seidu, a senior courier who arranged the Arab handoffs, and Alhaji Ashiru, a Nigerian government official, siphoning public funds. This makes one wonder if national funds are siphoned, laundered, and channeled back to Boko Haram in northeast Nigeria. Court records from the UAE reveal more about their hands on rolls. Alhaji Seidu, based in Nigeria, was a senior undercover Boko Haram operative who orchestrated the handoffs since at least 2015. He coordinated with unidentified Arab intermediary who will fly into Dubai from Turkey, carrying large cash bundles in US dollars. The six Nigerians would receive this cash, convert it to Naira, and wire the equivalent back to Saidu through their Nigerian business partners for distribution to Boko Haram fighters. Ashiru explicitly identified as a high-ranking Nigerian government official and an undercover Boko Haram member, was involved in specific transactions by diverting misappropriated public funds into the pipeline. This is how they make their money in Nigeria. This is how they make their money in Nigeria. And this is how they have taken over Nigeria, including seizing the Nigerian, destroying the Nigerian, all Nigerian 4 refineries. We will come to that. The case file notes their names appearing repeatedly, disclosing a structured, ongoing operation rather than isolated incidents. Elite involvement is very much obvious. Yes, Obi Kejuku, thank you very much. Welcome. Meanwhile, UAE declared them terrorists in 2021. Then in March 2022, the U.S. Treasury sanctioned all 6 under Executive Order 13224, freezing assets, banning U.S. dealings. Nigeria followed suit. How? Abdurrahman Ado, blacklisted in November 2022. Others by 2023. This wasn't isolated, part of Boko Haram's transnational web. While the UAE and the US focus on these 6 Nigerian-owned sanctions, the Nigeria's own sanctions committee had blacklisted additional individuals tied to a similar Boko Haram financing network. These include figures like Funami Alhaji Bukar, expanding the web beyond the UAE itself and indicating a larger diaspora operation across West Africa. This broader list, updated through 2023, shows the problem isn't isolated, but a part of a transactional ecosystem. Nigeria's response appears lukewarm. Yeah, of course. At best. Attorney General Abubakar Malami, yes, is figured in this. Now listen. Requested the UAE records in 2020 for fairness checks and accomplice hunts, but no homegrown prosecution ever took place. Abubakar Malami is one of them. You remember what happened when Boko Haram struck the Kuje prison and operated for 3 hours, 3 solid hours, without any police reaction, without any DSS reaction, without any military reaction, with the director of DSS, yes, Yusuf Bichi, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. It's a network. They have hijacked Nigeria. It's coming, all these are coming a little too late. Nigerians, we have to fight. Nigerians, we have to fight. The people doing this, you hearing the names, right? You hearing the names, right? Have you heard one Tony Nwigwe? Have you heard any Mba? Have you heard any Sylvester? Have you heard any Mado? Have you heard any Osarieme? Have you heard any Olatunji in this? No, you're not going to hear. Have you heard any Edet? Have you heard any Akman? The same people, some people in Nigeria. And they don't want us to talk about it. But hell, we are going to talk about it. We are going to name them where they come from, the ethnic group that they represent. And question why members of their ethnic groups in Nigeria keep quiet if they are not part of what is taking place. It's a network designed to seize Nigeria by all means necessary, including the use of arms. And it's already starting. Remember what happened in Mauritania. Remember what is taking place in Sudan right now. They are the same people doing this. But let's finish reading this. Boko Haram's funding evolves. Extortion. All right, kidnapping. Now, cryptocurrency, yes. In 2024 alone, Nigeria convicted 85 plus for crypto-linked terror financing. These 6 criminals were early warning of diaspora channeling. Academic report ties it to remittances and smuggling across the West Africa sub-region. Copied. All right. Now, this is the situation in Nigeria. Nigerians know the terrorists. I was bemused the other day when the chief of defense staff, Nigeria's chief of defense staff, was saying that they were going to name the terrorists, their masterminds. It's been 3 weeks now. Nobody has been named. And I tell you that nobody will be named. All right? They will continue. And then when you corner him, it is only when you corner him after he retires from the armed forces that he will tell you how tired his hands were, and the reason he was not able to act. But are we going to leave these things in the hands of these criminals who are part of this through their passive, active, or through their participation via their conspiracy of silence. When Nigerians are being murdered in quantum across the country, it's no longer isolated now, it's no longer taking place only in the north. In my hometown alone, down south of Nigeria, over 100 persons have been kidnapped. And out of the 100 persons that were kidnapped, we recorded over 10 fatalities. And the one very painful one, a woman from my hometown who was kidnapped. She was pregnant. She was kidnapped along with her husband. They were on the way to their farm when they were kidnapped. This woman was pregnant. While in their custody, this woman delivered a baby. What happened? What happened was, it's so painful to talk about. The baby was thrown to the dogs owned by these heavily armed bandits, masterminded by those who received these funds that we are talking about. And as we speak, there has not been any government intervention. We have a senator from that part of Nigeria, Senator Ned Nwoko. He never visited that place to find out what actually happened. We have a state governor, Governor Sheriff Obu, whatever his name is called. He never took off to come to Abavo to find out what happened. We have a state police commissioner who never came out to find out. Even a DPO, police DPO, divisional police officer in that area was kidnapped. And for some reason, something else happened when the locals arrested several suspected kidnappers with dogs in the forest. They are not known to be from that area at all. And then when you talk, they will tell you that they are Nigerians, they have rights to be anywhere they are in Nigeria. Yeah, constitutionally that is right. But in terms of national security, I don't think that is right. Because the law enforcement agencies in Nigeria do not do their work because they are all compromised. So I made an attempt to interview the police public relations officer for Delta State, Bright Edafe, who is an Urobo from Delta State, the same state where I come from in Nigeria. I invited him for an interview. He obliged. The interview did not last up to 5 minutes. I had to kick him out of my studio because he was lying right before the world that the police DPO from my hometown was not kidnapped. But people know he paid ransom to the Fulani kidnappers who had kidnapped him. And Fulani kidnappers who are still, as we speak, on rampage in the area. Yes. They killed another man, Mr. Amamosa, in his farm. They beheaded him. In his farm. They beheaded him. They killed him. The mother, not murdering him was not enough. They beheaded him. Another young man was shot and killed in the presence of his wife. And countless. And it's the same story across Nigeria. In Borno State, I think that was in 2023. They beheaded 49 farmers. 49 farmers. And these people who are doing this claim that they are working for God, Allah. They beheaded 49 farmers who were all Muslims. That tells you that there's no God factor in what they are doing. The Nigerian government, fake government as it stands right now, Buhari knew them because Buhari was one of them. Buhari was a grand commander of Boko Haram. He knew them. He spoke in broad daylight to CNN's Christina Amanpour that over $2 billion that was set aside to fight terrorism was stolen a few hours after he gave them out. But nobody was proscribed. Who were those that he gave the money? So the insurgency, the terrorism in Nigeria is a huge business that is not going to come to an end anytime soon, unless the people take their destiny in their hands to fight. The army is compromised because the armed forces of Nigeria has elements of Boko Haram in its command and control infrastructure, working with Boko Haram fighters in the field. Soldiers are involved. Nigerian soldiers who are sympathetic to the violent economic jihadist intentions of these people are involved. When they go to places where they are massacring Nigerians, the soldiers aid and abet them. It's not just once. There have been so many documented evidence of the complicity of Nigerian soldiers who are Muslims with sympathy to the destruction, those destroying Nigeria. Ahmad Gumi, a notorious Islamic scholar that was deported from Saudi Arabia for alleged involvement with terrorist groups, has so many times made provocative statements that could have led to his arrest and prosecution as an accomplice. He's a spokesman for the terrorists. He goes to the forests. He says he built schools for them. His recent statement is that nobody should touch them. And that ahead of the 2027, God forbid, 2027 election, that those criminals, those terrorists in the forests across Nigeria are their soldiers, that they fight for them, they fight for the Fulanis, that nobody should touch them. Is that not enough to warrant an arrest? Why are they quiet? Why are those fake driving Nigeria aground that call themselves government? They read this. He's not hiding. They don't hide. They say it. They own Nigeria according to them. And so nobody can do anything to them. They are responsible. The Sultan, Fulani Sultan in Sokoto, has made so many provocative statements to the extent that he veers out of his fake domain to want to implement Sharia in places that he has no business being around. The Nigerian fake government keeps quiet. In fact, they want to make him the permanent chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council in Nigeria, even though he's not a traditional ruler. We don't have a country. Rufai is one of those who imported mercenaries into Nigeria, Fulani mercenaries from across Africa into Nigeria, when they wanted Buhari by all means and at all costs to become president of Nigeria. Yes, they know him. Why we pretending? Who are they looking for? Ordinary Boko Haram, well, Bello Truji. Bello Truji is a terrorist right now, definitely masterminded by these people. Nigeria has been on a manhunt for him since the past nearly 2 years. They have not been able to arrest this one little boy. All right? It's not an accident that they are not able to arrest him. It's a design. Bello Truji, like Shekau, is everywhere. The army sees him. We have connections in the army. They tell us some of those who want to do the work, how frustrated they are. They want to make a move, and then somebody will call them from above. Like they said, order from above. Do not act. So until Nigeria decide what they want to do with the masterminds of terrorism, we are not going to make any dent in the so-called fight against terrorism. They will go into the forest occasionally to shoot at poor victims of these masterminds. If we want to end terrorism in Nigeria, like if I was to be in the saddle, I know where to go. And terrorism will end in less than 6 months. It will end. So, and it's a growing business. It has become a virus. It is metastasizing. Everywhere now it is. Yes. Atiku Abubakar. Have you ever seen him condemn any violent act carried out by these Fulani bandits and Boko Haram terrorists? You will never see him. Bello Bodejo stood right in Nasarawa State, trained 4,000 Fulani fighters, armed them. Yes, with the state police commissioner in attendance, and with some soldiers in Nigeria in attendance, and the state governor, Dr. Sule, who had lived in Houston. I know Dr. Sule. Dr. Sule lived here in Houston, Texas, before he returned home and became governor of Nasarawa State. They graduated 4,000 Fulani fighters, dangerously armed, and dispatched into forests across Nigeria. And they say they are looking for those masterminding terrorism. What about Bello Bodejo? They made a makeshift arrest, and a few hours they let him go. But those fighters and their ammunitions, rocket-propelled grenades, AK-47, and other instruments that they use to kidnap, rob, impose taxation on Nigeria are with them. They are everywhere in Nigeria. Just a few days ago, the son of the rogue president of Nigeria, Sheyi Tinubu, was seen being canonized into Miyetti Allah. That brings me to talk about Miyetti Allah. It's an umbrella Fulani terrorist organization. As far back as about last year, the United States was working on formally recognizing them, labeling them as a terrorist organization. I don't know what the delay is about for them to make a pronouncement on them. They are responsible, partly responsible, for the funding of terrorism and Fulani banditry in Nigeria. Nigeria is a mess. Nigeria is a mess. And this mission is not just Nigeria, but they need Nigeria so badly. Nigeria is so strategic to their agenda of conquering the whole of the West African sub-region. So if you're a country from, they are responsible for what is happening in Mali, terrorism in the Sahel that is involving Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, into Nigeria. Yes. So if you are a West African now, don't think if it's not there in your country already, it's coming. Unless we all come together to fight this scourge. They destroyed Mauritania and drove away all the black people in Mauritania. They are aborigines in Mauritania, driven away. I met one of them in El Paso, Texas, about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, when the Nigerian type was starting, he warned me, say, Mado, I'm a Muslim. I am from Mauritania. I was surprised. I said, yes. All the years that I've been in the US, I've never seen anybody from Mauritania. He said, no, before now, we didn't have any reason to leave. They drove us out. Today, they have declared Mauritania the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. Yes. Governed by people driven by Arab ideology, violent Arab ideology. Yes. And they were the only country anywhere on earth who invited Muhammadu Buhari, the late Boko Haram terrorist, who was president of Nigeria. They invited him to Mauritania and gave him a peace medal. You know what that peace medal is? You know what that peace medal they gave to Buhari means? The peace medal for destroying Nigeria. The peace medal for bringing Nigeria, making Nigeria available for the conquest that is going on now. Making Nigerian armed forces most weak or weakest. Buhari it was who coined the word repentant Boko Haram terrorists. They recruited them and absorbed them into the Nigerian army. That is why the Nigerian army cannot be cohesive. It has always been a troubled army since 1966. Courtesy to these people with this mindset. So it's a long-term plan that is being acted out. Hey, Javan Odivo, great job watching from Kenya. Thank you very much. Much love from here. Yes. Nigerians, Africans, West Africans especially, we are in a big trouble. And if we think this is something that is going to go away, I wish you luck. It's not going to go away. This is not a time to party. Nigeria is at war. Sudan, our next door neighbor, is burning already. They are responsible. Their mission is clear. They want to actualize Usman Dan Fodio's vision of the country that they call Sokoto Caliphate. And it is our responsibility to fight back and not allow that to happen in our time. If you are a student of history, you will see what has happened to Africa from Egypt down. The push has been going on for centuries. Yes. The moth They change forms. They do everything to make sure that that mission is accomplished. The mission is to erase all black people and replace them with the Arab-blooded Africans. And the reason Africa is not able to come together. Whenever we want to see Africa unite, they come with their Arab mentality. Can you imagine somebody from Sudan telling you that it's not an African, that is an Arab? Yes, I've heard that so many times. Some Sudanese, yeah, after the one when after Southern Sudan became a country, Sudanese now in Sudan, you hear them say that they are not African, they are Arabs. So if you are Arabs, you have no business being in African soil. Get the hell out. Go to Yemen. Go to Saudi Arabia if they will allow you in there. So you black man of Africa, you see, you are an endangered species everywhere you are right now. Al-Shabaab is operating in where? Somalia and part of Kenya. All right? It's a mission. It's a coordinated mission. The same people doing this. So Nigeria is a huge target. Nigeria is so strategic because of the country's rich natural and mineral resources. They want the oil so badly. And they want all that is being discovered, the gas, so badly. And they work with imperial forces led by France. France has always been, and other countries from Imperial Europe. And are in it. They supply them the arms and the ammunition. The mission is to capture West Africa and perhaps the whole of Africa. So this is why we must rise up and fight back. We don't have a government in Nigeria that can fight anything. All right? Yes. So if we had a government in Nigeria led by a Nigerian with patriotism for Nigeria, love for Nigeria, a Nigerian or a set of Nigerians that put country first, we won't be where we are. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has proven to be an arrowhead of those who are about to destroy our country. And that is why every Nigerian must make it a duty. Must make it a duty. Today, not tomorrow, not 2027. 2027 is too far. By 2027, we may not have Nigeria anymore. The speed with which they are operating is frightening. Yes, they are everywhere. They are waiting for one final order to come out and seize Nigeria by force. They are prepared, but we are not. Yes, but we must not fold our arms. These people are on a mission, and their mission is to seize our country. You see what they are, how sophisticated they are. From United Emirates, they are organizing, they raise that frightening amount of money to fund people who are killing fellow Nigerians, including Muslims. If they are true Muslims, why would they be killing Muslims? If their intention is for true Islam, why are they killing Hausa people? The Hausas are Muslims like them. Why are they raping Hausa women? Why are they kidnapping Hausa men? Why are they imposing taxation on Hausa people? Yes. Why are they killing Hausa men and women? Slaughtering them and selling. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, General Christopher Musa, what interest are you fighting for? Who do you represent? You are a soldier. You are a soldier. You made yourself available for use to destroy Nigeria. A soldier. A soldier is supposed to stand as a neutral ground, on a neutral ground, when issues like this are cropping up. Look at what the Egyptian soldiers did when Hosni Mubarak was in power. The people came out and said, we don't want him anymore. We don't want him anymore. The voice became louder and louder and louder and louder. Did you see the soldiers shooting at Egyptians? In Nigeria, you deploy the army. Yes, when there's an internal crisis, civil unrest, the army is supposed to defend the country's territorial integrity. You leave those who are violating our territorial integrity and be fighting ordinary Nigerians who are raising fingers that what is happening in their country is unacceptable. They are scared. You deployed. You went to Okwama, wiped out that place. When you see Boko Haram, you turn your face elsewhere. Boko Haram and Fulani bandits are destroying, are compromising our territorial integrity. When are you going to be the soldier? Why have you become more of a politician than a career soldier? What business have you defending government that is not defending the people? Yes, why? Who do you represent? Christopher Musa, when are you going to act to save Nigeria? You are a soldier. Things are going out of control in our country. Our people are being murdered on daily basis, not in hundreds, in thousands on daily basis. And you are looking, you are watching. When are you going to be patriotic? Nothing stops you right now from saving Nigeria, from further being destroyed, for being further destroyed. That is what the army is for. When the Egyptians came, they wanted to do it for themselves. The army said, okay, we are neutral, you do your thing. They forced Hosni Mubarak out. The soldiers looked. The soldiers in Egypt understood their mission. They understood their role in the constitution of Egypt. Defend the country's territorial integrity. Defend the state, not the government. Defend the state. They ensured that government buildings were not destroyed. But they allowed the protesters have their way. They understood their role as spelled out by the constitution of Egypt. The Nigerian soldier does not know his role. He doesn't even know his basic human right. He doesn't know that those of us who are speaking for them too, because they don't live better life. Their barracks are the worst on earth. 200 people sharing one toilet. Yes, you want that to continue. Yes, but they deploy them. They are so happy to be deployed, to be shooting at defenseless and innocent civilians. But they leave the combat zones. It's time. The same thing with the police. Our country is dying. Christopher Musa, you have taken over the role. You make more political statements than the politicians themselves. The politicians that have united to destroy their country. Yes, you saw them. You see them. Sometimes you have flashes. You know, you want to speak the truth sometimes. But most times you don't. When are you going to be the soldier? Very soon you will be retired. They're already clamoring for you to be removed. When they remove you, don't go and start writing a stupid book. Act now like a soldier. Act now like a soldier. Save Nigeria from this violent erosion. Yes, if you may. If you may. We are losing our country to terrorists. We are losing our country to Boko Haram. We are losing our country to Fulani bandits. Masterminded by Saad Abubakar. You want to hear more names? El Rufai. Yes. You want to hear my name? Aminu Tambuwa. You want to hear some more name? Outside these people that United Arab Emirates, all the emirs in the north, all the Fulani emirs in the north are involved, maybe with the exception of a few. They are all involved. They keep quiet. They don't condemn these massive killings. You are a living witness to the several killings in Benue, Plateau, and everywhere. You can't say that you don't know. When are you going to stand up for Nigeria? That is why you are supposed to be a soldier. A soldier stands for his country. Put his life on the line for the salvation of his country. When are you going to sit idly by and watch them completely destroy Nigeria, kill off all of its people, and then impose their evil on the people of Nigeria? When are you going to act? Christopher Musa and other soldiers. Why? If you are a soldier, you are a sacrifice. If you are a soldier, you are driven by love for country and not by any other thing. If you are a soldier, you don't go start playing politics. But the Nigerian army appears to be a branch of the ruling political party in Nigeria. Now the terrorists are moving because they want another platform. They hijacked the ADC. Atiku Abubakar, Aminu Tambowa, yes, hear them. David Mark, who was never good. Yes. How do these criminals want to be the ones to bring about change in Nigeria, in a sane Nigeria? That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. So if you are serious about fighting Boko Haram, fighting Fulani banditry, nice name that they gave to terrorists. They are terrorists. Anybody who goes anywhere to start murdering people in Quantum, seizing their land, burning them when they are sleeping, they raid villages across Nigeria in the dead of night, and then occupy. When they raid, they drive the people, the locals away. They occupy. They move into their homes. And you tell me Nigeria is not at war? Please, this is a message, strong message to President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump, we don't want you to help Nigeria for any reason. But you started a process, your government or government of the United States started a process of branding Miyetti Allah a terrorist organization. Please finish the process. Hasten it. We, the Nigerian people, can fight for ourselves. The only thing that we do not want the United States to do is to meddle. Declare these people terrorists like you have done with other countries. Thank you for what you did with the U.S. aid, because they were using those as means of funding terrorism in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. But take more action on the Miyetti Allah. They are a trouble. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, yes, the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs is from the tribe where these criminals troubling Nigeria are from. He's not going to present the actual fact of what is taking place in Nigeria to you. Yes, that is why he was appointed, to launder what is not good. Listen to people like us. I live in the United States. I live here. We are a lot of us. If there are not up to 3 million Nigerians, I don't know what else. It's a lot of Nigerians here. And we are all groaning in pain. We can't go home. So that is why I will make an appeal to you too. As you carry out your deportation orders, please spare Nigerians. So when you deport them to Nigeria, you're deporting them to death. That place is no longer a place where good, same people we go to. They are destroying our people like crazy. The members of the Black Congressional Caucus, you guys need to wake up and extend your hands to Africa, just like your European counterparts here are doing to Ukraine and other parts of Europe. It's time you demonstrate that responsibility, regardless of what may have happened and the circumstances that brought your ancestors here. We all feel the pains. It's time for us to unite now for action on Nigeria and the rest of Africa. We cannot continue to live this way. They are out. They are out to destroy our country. They are out, and they mean business. They mean business. They are not hiding. They are not hiding. I don't know why people say they want to name them and they cannot name them. They are not hiding. The fake Sultan of Sokoto is one of them. All the Fulani elites who front as leaders of the North are in this. Yes, when you look at the ones that call themselves Northern elites, Northern leaders, 99% of them are from the same race. The race of these people, you see, you heard their name. Did you hear any Tony? Did you hear any Mado? Did you hear any Elizabeth? No. It's the same people. It's not a crime right now. Because before, no, I will stay away. I'm not criminalizing the Fulani race. But those troubled Nigeria are from that race. Why are not enough Fulanis speaking? Why are most Fulanis quiet? If you are quiet, you are an accomplice. Speak out now. Because a moment will come when the whole of Nigeria will be tired. And I see it's about to happen. When they get tired, they're not going to spare anybody. It will be a tsunami. Response. Speak out now or forever hold your peace. It is time. We must not allow these ragtag criminals to destroy our country. We must act as responsible Nigerians now. So if you're a Nigerian from anywhere in Nigeria, this is not a moment for fun. This is not a joyful moment. This is a moment for action. This is a moment to reflect on Nigeria and your place in Nigeria. This is a moment to reflect on the future of Nigeria and the future of unborn generations of Nigerians. This is the time. We must not pass this evil to the next generation who knows nothing about the origin of what we are fighting or what is killing all of us. It is time. Hey, Fatai, how are you? Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, it is time. It is time. Nigerians, get up and stand up. Stand up for your right. If I were you, like I'm telling you, stop focusing on 2027. 2027 may not happen. Stop focusing on 2027. You see Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's a tool in their hands. You see the body language, what he has done. He sponsored a bill through one Bako that has passed the second reading now to make a fake Sultan who is not a traditional ruler. And another one from his tribe called the Oni of Ife, permanent co-chairman of Nigeria's Traditional Rulers Council. That is a red flag, a no-no for a jihadist to be put in that position and then to be put in our statute book. What are they talking about? What is the democracy Nigeria is practicing? We must rise up now. That's the only way Nigeria can be saved. The people, Nigeria needs an uprising. Yeah, an uprising is the only thing that will save Nigeria. Democracy will not save Nigeria. This vote, didn't you vote in 2023? Was the winner, the actual winner, made president? No. So what convinces you that in 2027 that you are going to be able to elect a president with no electoral reforms done? How are you going to elect that president of Nigeria? You don't see, Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder that is going to explode any moment from now. Why are we so docile? Why? What is it? Fear? We are already dying every day. Is it hunger? We are already dying of hunger every day. And they created this hunger. Why did they did the same thing Osman Danfodio did in 1804? Drove the Hausa people from access to their farms. Destroyed their kings. Raped their women. Created food insecurity. And then the people were weak. At the time they came up to take over, it was a walkover. The same methodology, the same ideology, the same philosophy, the same principle that drove Osman Danfodio is what is driving these children, his generation, that want to continue his vision until they drop the Quran in the Atlantic. That is the last town in my Niger Delta. They are there somehow. They have their stooges around. And you think this is a joke? This is not a joke. Nigeria is lawless. Nigeria is governmentless. Nigeria is empty. Nigeria is hollow. The people are dying. See, the only way is for Nigerians from the east, west, north, and south. Set everything aside, unite to take your country back. Because if you don't, if we don't, we live to regret. Those who will be alive will be slaves forever. You see what they did to the Hausa people? Since 1804 till today, 221 years. 221 years of subjugation. Yes. That made the Hausa man poor. They made the Hausa man most ignorant. They made the Hausa man disease infested. They make the Hausa people, they deny them access to education. As we speak, 30 million Hausa children, young age, between age 6, as young as 6 years old, in the streets in Nigeria begging when they are supposed to be in school. No Hausa man is governor. No Hausa man is a senator. No Hausa man is in the House of Representatives. But yet they have the commanding population in the north of Nigeria. Over 60 million of them. Nobody speaks for them. They are oppressors. Yeah, they are Fulani elitist oppressors who claim that they are leaders of the north. Speak for them. How would you allow your oppressors speak for you? They deliberately deny them, subjugate them into stupor. Yes. And they speak their language. And we make, as a smoke screen that has made the Nigerian think that the Hausa man is a bad man, that the Hausa people are bad people. Their oppressors, you speak their language. They destroy Nigeria and use the Hausa language. Yes, they put the Hausa people in the shadow. Hausas, it's time for you to rise up. Hausas, you are Africans. It's time to unite with your brothers and sisters. Yes, the aborigines. Don't free yourselves from the invaders. They are invaders. They are not Nigerians. We accommodate them, but that's okay if they were behaving right. They ruined our country. 10 out of Nigeria's 13 heads of states were Fulanis, or people with connection to the Fulani race. What did they do to Nigeria? They bring the country to a standstill. They ruined the economy. They ruined education. They ruined healthcare. They ruined infrastructure. They don't know how to do anything administration, but they want to continue to be the leaders. Nigerians, let's end it now. This is the moment. This is the moment. And this is it. They are terrorists. They are the reason our country has been held in captivity. They don't believe in Nigeria. They want their Sokoto Caliphate. That is their mission, and that is their vision. They are pursuing it assiduously. It's a generational thing for them, and they want to ensure that it is made manifest, but not in our time. Why should we in this generation allow that to happen? So we must wake up. Wherever you are, whatever you do, it's time to get up. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me that your heaven is under the sky. Take away everything. Make everybody feel I. If you know what right is what, you would look for yours right here. And now we've seen the light. We go stand up for our right. Nigerians, get up, stand up. Did you hear? Stand up for your right. One more time. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Yes. Thank you, everybody who joined this stream. It's exciting. I'm in pains that my home country is the way it is right now. But I believe that hopefully we'll be able to inspire more patriots, die-hard Nigerians from the east, west, north, and south to save Nigeria from an imminent violent takeover by forces driven by economics, yes, finance, and the quest for control of power and resources. God bless you. And if you just joined us you are here for the first time today, please subscribe to our channel. Yes, we'll appreciate that you continue to help us grow and grow organically like never before. We have a moment in our hand. And remember, a destabilized Nigeria, a destabilized Africa will be a threat to the whole world. Please let us help one another grow. Remember, the ONN is a global movement for peace, security, and justice. It's been such a pleasure, being with you. And for our returning members, we can't thank you enough. Join us, to help us grow. And if you want to be part of our membership, please support us by buying super tanks. Support us with anything, because the mission we are on is a very, very serious mission. We need a lot of things to make things happen. We have people working with us on the ground. We do to support them, to inspire them so that they don't get tired in the mission. It's a long haul that we are in. Whatever you can do to support us by sending us super thanks, by being a member, contributing member, would seriously appreciate, and very, very deeply too. God bless you. God bless the United States. May God bring peace in this land. May God end the war of gun violence in this country. May God put something in the minds of the leaders of this country to face this domestic challenge that we are facing here, where people are scared of being in public places. They shoot up the schools here. They go to the elementary school, they are shooting. High school, they are shooting. In public places, they are shooting. It's not nice. So that makes me introduce you to our next discussion today, later in the evening. 8 p.m., 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern, here in the United States. We are going to be talking about the war at home here in the U.S. God bless you, and I love you guys. Take care. Bye for now.